Hey folks, welcome. CAT 2017 previous year questions for LRDI from slot 1. Earlier we had done easy sets. Now we are moving towards moderate sets. We are choosing 2017 in specific क्योंकि 2017 का पेपर का कन्वीनर भी IIM लखनऊ था. This time 2023 का कन्वीनर भी IIM लखनऊ है. We will be dealing with moderate questions now. So this is a quick split up of how 2017 slot 1 का हम split कर रहे हैं, right? कैसे videos बना रहे हैं. तो पहले easy का videos बनाया था. First we made a video of easy questions, easy sets from LRDI 2017 slot 1. तो इसका link, if you download this note and click on this button, it will take you to that videos link. ठीक है, या फिर playlist में भी आप देख सकते हो. So we've already done 3 sets in there. Now we're moving towards the moderate. तो आज का agenda है moderate sets. This is what we're going to deal with. आज हम करेंगे 2 set which were moderate. So they were in reality a little easy, but it required a lot of thinking, a lot of moving around things, right? A lot of calculation, intrinsic calculation, but not heavy calculation. छोटे-छोटे calculation से simple, simple calculation, but intrinsic थे, काफी deep थे. Right, and then the next video will be of hard sets जो 3 sets होंगे 6, 7 and 8. ठीक है, तो आज का अपना agenda है to deal with moderate sets. The first set we are going to deal with is a 5x5 matrix, which is a very easy one, but it was a little complex because of the understanding of it. ठीक है, same way set 5 team project is very much similar to that situation. ठीक है, शुरू करते हैं. So let's start with the first set number 4, which is 5x5 matrix. This set has a little bit relevance to maps and networks, not in sense of it being a map, but network in terms of the relation of the set, right? So it included placement and it was a little bit math based, right? Halka sa math based hai. Chalo, let's see. So here is the set. A lot of you would have already solved this in the live classes, but aa jao saath milke karte hain ye. Take some time, pause kar lo, फटाफट से question पढ़ लो, and then we'll get together and answer this question. So the questions here says, in a square layout of size 5 meter by 5 meter, this is the square layout और ये 5 meter by 5 meter है. 25 equal size square platforms of different heights are built. तो यहाँ पे क्या है? The length and the breadth are the same. Length and the breadth are the same. But ये top view है. तो अगर आप इन platforms के height देखोगे, इन platforms के height अगर आप देखोगे, तो सारे platforms के अलग अलग height हैं. और वो height क्या है? The height in meters of individual platforms are shown as below. तो जो box के अंदर height है, that's basically the height of the platform. तो ये वाला platform 6 meters का था, ये 1 meter का था, ये 2 meter का था, and so on, right? This is how all 25 platforms were height. ठीक है? Now we have some conditions here, कुछ clues है, conditions है. We'll have to look at that and figure out what they are saying. ठीक है? एक बार questions की तरफ देख लो. We have 4 questions. In these 4 questions, they are asking about how many individuals in this layout can be reached by just one individual. Okay, the second question is asking which of the following is true for any individual at a platform of height 1 meter. A little more specific. यहाँ पे बोला है सिर्फ एक इंडिविजुअल से रीच आउट होने वाला, यहाँ पे बोला है हाइट 1 मीटर होने वाला. थर्ड क्वेश्चन दे आर सेइंग वी कैन फाइंड 2 इंडिविजुअल्स हु कैन नॉट बी रीच्ड बाय एनीवन, मतलब जीरो रीचेबिलिटी. एंड द फोर्थ वन इज विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स इज ट्रू अबाउट दिस लेआउट, जिसमें वी हैव 4 options and each of them have their own thing. ठीक है, चलो शुरू करते हैं. So let's understand what they are trying to say. We say an individual A can reach an individual B. A B तक पहुंच सकता है if all the 3 following conditions are met. तीनों conditions meet होने चाहिए. ठीक है, पहला condition क्या है? A and B are in the same row or same column. Yes, तो अगर मैं बोलूं कि A यहां पर है, B यहां पर है, then A and B are in the same column. ठीक है, so technically according to the first condition, it is okay that we can move ahead with the linking of this, right? But ये जरूरी नहीं है कि अगर एक ही रो या कॉलम है तो definitely reachable होंगे, not necessary, right? What is the second condition saying? A is at a lower height than B. A should be at a lower height than B, right? So first condition was same row, same column. The next condition is A to B में A should be less than B, right? क्या A से B यहाँ पे पहुंच पाएगा? No. क्यों? A is greater than B. That cannot happen. But can we do the other way around? उल्टा कर सकते हैं. अगर A यहां पर है, if A is here and B is here, then A can reach to B क्योंकि A is less than B, right? So ऊपर क्लाइम कर सकते हैं. To reach the final destination ऊपर क्लाइम कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, So second condition is also met. Third condition is saying if there is or are any individuals between A and B. So this is an if statement, right? मतलब ये conditional situation है कि अगर ये दोनों adjacent नहीं है एक दूसरे के, या कोई और प्लेटफॉर्म बीच में आ रहा है, right? अगर कोई और प्लेटफॉर्म बीच में आ रहा है. So let's say in this case, let's put B there and A here. ठीक है, यहाँ पे बीच में कोई और प्लेटफॉर्म आ रहा है. Let's call it X. So now let's see, can A to B, can we reach from A to B or not, right? So what is the condition saying? If there is or are any individuals between A and B, such individuals must be at a height lower than that of A. Yes, so what are they saying? अगर A से B जाना है but बीच में X है, so A to X and then X to B, if that is the situation, then X should be lesser than A and A should be lesser than B. This has to be the order. Yes, so क्या हो रहा है? A से कोई पर्सन नीचे उतरेगा, yes, and then X से ऊपर चढ़ेगा. That has to be the situation, right? So this is just the way of imagining नीचे उतरना ऊपर चढ़ना, but technically it is math, right? X has to be less than A, that has to be less than B. So in this case, can we say A से X से B जा सकते हैं? Yes, we can. कैसे? क्योंकि A से X, this is A is what? 2, X is 1 and B is 6. Does it satisfy? Is 1 less than 2? Yes. Is 2 less than 6? Yes. So this satisfies. So now we can reach B. We can reach B either directly from X also or from A, X and B. Can we try this for the next stage? Is it possible कि अगर मैं इससे भी X ले लूं, let's say this is some other variable x1, x2, ठीक है? This is x1, this is x2 and this is A. So now let's see if we can reach from A to B. Is it possible to reach? Is the condition satisfied? यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है? Whether there is one individual or multiple individuals, the only condition is that height should be less than A. That's it. Height should be less than A. So if this happens, will it satisfy? So 4 first has to be less than 6. This is mandatory. A जो है B से कम होना चाहिए. A should be less than B. That is mandatory. And then what are they saying? जो भी बीच के terms हैं वो A से छोटे होने चाहिए. So is 1 and 2 smaller than 4? Yes, they are. Yes. It doesn't matter कि 2 से 1 जा रहे कि 1 से 2 जा रहे. That doesn't matter. Nothing has been told about what happens between multiple individuals in between. The only condition is what? That X should be less than A, which has to be less than B. This is the only condition. ठीक है? Done. So these 3 conditions, I'm going to keep it there with every question so that we know what is happening. Okay. Now in the other part here, they've given us an example. Thus in the table given above, in this case below, consider the individual seated at height 8 on the third row. So they are specifically talking about an example. एक बार देख लेते हैं so that we get what they're trying to say. Right. So they're talking about which one? Height 8 on the third row and second column. Second column, third row 8 ये है. Right. So here, if this is B, then we have to see how many from how many platforms can people reach to B, right? So if A is here, now they've been told us he can be reached by individual on his left at height 7. So if A is here, then this to this is possible. Yes, 7 to 8 is possible because they are in the same row and column and A is less than B. We don't have to worry about the third condition because there's nobody in between, right? Same way, is it possible for us to reach from 4 to 8? 4 to 8 is again possible. Why? Because 4, if A is 4, then 4 to 8, 4 is less than 8, possible. Yeah. Can we have the third situation where A is 6? Now, this will become X. Is X less than 6? Yes, it is. Is 6 less than 8? Yes, is it? It is. Can we reach from here to here? Yes, we can. If we were to try with here, agar A ye hota, if this was A, can we reach from 5 to 8? No, we can't. Why? Because these two will be x1 and x2 and 6 is greater than 5. That cannot happen, right? X cannot be greater than A. So from 5 to 8, it is not possible. So we can reach 8 from 7 directly, from 4 directly, from 6 via 4 to 8, not from 5. From 5, it is not possible. Okay. Now we've seen the same row. We also have to consider the same column. So we also have to see here. Can we go from 5 to 8? Yes, we can. 5 to 8 is possible. 1 to 5 to 8, not possible, because 1 has to be greater than 5, but it is not, it is less than. Okay, can we go from 9 to 8? Again, not possible, because 9 is greater than 8. If once you figure out that 9 is greater than 8, you don't even have to look at the next platform, क्योंकि 7 से 9 जाना would be useless, because 9 has to be less than 8 for us to reach there, right? So if you look at this particular platform that is at height 8 meters, we can reach it from how many positions? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 places where 8 can be reached out to. Yeah, so that's what this entire example is saying. So we will quickly read this. He can be reached by the individual on his left at height 7, by the 2 individuals on his right at heights 4 and 6, and by the individual at height 5. 4, 6 and 5 सबसे reachable है. Rows in the layout are numbered from top to bottom and columns are numbered from left to right. Actually, if you look at the question, it has nothing to do with that, so chalega. But anyway, you need to know के कौन सा top row है, कौन सा bottom row है. So this will be top row, this will be bottom row. Okay. Same way, columns are numbered from left to right. So this will be first column and this will be last column. Yes, done. With this, I think we can move on to the questions now. We have a look at the first question. So we've seen that throughout the questions, we'll have a look at the questions again once all together. If we look at the questions, they are specifically asking for reached out by just one individual. They are specifically asking for height being 1 meter, very more specific. The third one they're asking for cannot be reached by anyone at all. Right. So if we deal with the first 3, I think we would have answered majority of the questions. Getting 3 out of 4 right is a good thing, right? The fourth one, however, will require us to work even harder for it. I think we'll look at the fourth one a little later. Let's deal with 1, 2 and 3. Yeah. So let's look at the first question. Yeah. Let's look at the first question. So what's the first question saying? How many individuals in this layout can be reached out by just one individual? Should be reachable by only one individual, right? So if you look at 6, yes, if you look at 6, we've already seen 6 can be reached out to 1, can be reached out through from 2, from 4 also, but not from 3, and not from 9. So we have 3 players that can reach out through 6, right? Reach out to 6. Yes. If you look at 1, this 1 cannot be reached out by anyone at all. Why? 6 say 1 not possible because 1 is smaller. 2 say 1 is not possible, 1 is smaller. 5 say 1 is not possible because 1 is smaller. So I think here we can make a bold statement saying that 1 cannot be reached out by anyone at all, right? Because there is no number lesser than 1. 0 यहाँ पे है नहीं है, 0 यहाँ पे है नहीं है, and there is no number lesser than 1. So I think we can make this bold statement and say no platform can be reached out to 1, right? So wherever we see 1, I think we can make that statement out. So here also we see a 1, 0 possibilities. Here also we see 1, 0 possibilities, cannot be reached by anyone at all. So we have 3 1s, right? That we are done with. Let's look at this number 2 now. What happens with 2? With 2, we can reach out from 1 to 2 alone, because again, 2 is a number which is greater than only 1. है ना? तो 2 से कम सिर्फ एक ही number है जो कि 1 है. So if there is a 2 and a 1 next to each other, then that's possible. Otherwise, nothing else is possible. 6 say 2 we cannot do, because if 6 is A, then it has to be less than B. It is not, right? So with 2, we have only one case. Wherever we see 2, I think we can put 1 only and only if there is a 1 next to it. तो यहाँ पर एक 2 है, but there is no 1 anywhere next to it. Immediate next में कहीं पर भी नहीं है. यहाँ पे एक 2 है, so this 2 can be reached out by this one. So I think we should mention that as well. I hope this green is visible to you all. Yeah, यहाँ पे I'll write it here, right? It is reachable from only one place, and no other 2s are there again. Right, same situation will arise with 3 also. Similar situation will arise with 3 also. But with 3, 2 numbers are possible, 2 or 1. So you have to be on the lookout for that. Okay? If you look at this 4 can be reached out by more than 1 numbers. Can you see that? This 2 can be reached out by more than 1 numbers. 2 can be reached out by 4 also. Can be reached out by this 3 also. Cannot be reached out by this 1 because 2 is greater. Can be reached out by this 6? No. Why? Because 1 and 2 are lesser, but A should be less than. So 6 should be less than 4, but it is not. So we can reach out to 4 from where? We can reach out to 4 from here. 1, not from here, because this has to be lesser. Not from here, because this has to be lesser. We can reach out to 4 from here also. We can reach out to 4 from here also, but that's it, right? There are only 3 possibilities for 4. Am I right? Because you can't go from 6 to 4. That's not possible. If from 6 to 4 is not possible, then from 1 to 4 or 3 to 4, any which ways won't be possible. From here only 2 to 4 is possible. 1 to 4 is not possible because 2 is greater than 1. 6 to 4 is not possible because 1 and 2 although are lesser, but 6 has to be less than 4, but it is not. Right? ये side में कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है because this is the corner, so we are safe here. So the number of places that 4 can be reached out would be 3. At this stage you would realize and figure out कि अगर कहीं पर भी एक से ज्यादा possibility है, right? Because our aim for this set should be that we solve 3 out of 4. The fourth one seems complex because they are asking about specific terms. How many numbers? I think with the fourth question we can deal with it later. Let's deal with the ones that we know for sure. So we need only one individual and we can figure out 0 individuals also, right? So we'll stop at this stage. At this stage we'll stop with anything that crosses more than 1. Agar more than 1 kahin par bhi hai, let's stop that. ठीक है? Let's look at this 3 now, shall we? इस 3 की तरफ देखते हैं. What is the deal with this 3? This 3 cannot be reached by 4. This 3 cannot be reached by 8. अगर ये 4 से नहीं जा सकता तो कहीं और से नहीं जाएगा. So 3 पे वही terms जा सकते हैं अगर बाजू में 2 और 1 है. If there is a 2 or a 1 next to 3, only then it's possible. Otherwise it is not. Here we do not have. Diagonal is not possible because they are not in the same row or column. I hope that part is clear. ठीक है? So with 3 there are 0 reachability. There's 0 reachability. With 9 is the maximum. Right, 9 is the highest number here. We do not have a 10, so 9 is the highest. So I think with 9 we should stop at first itself because every other number will be less than 9. Right, 9 is reachable by 6, by 5. You cannot go from 3 to 9. 3 से 9 नहीं जा सकते because 5 has to be less. 2 to 9 नहीं जा सकते because 3 and 5 should be less. But from 8 you can because 8 is less than 9. And 8 is greater than 2, 3 and 5, right? So here there'll be a lot of terms here. We're not going to deal with this. This is obviously greater than 1. So I'm going to skip this or I'm going to just put this is greater than 1. Okay, I'm just going to put that this is greater than 1, right? Let's not deal with it at this moment. Let's look at 5. What about 5? 5 can be reached from 1 case. 5 can be reached from 3. More than 1 case, let's not talk about it. Don't want it. Yeah. What about 3? What did I say? With 3, अगर बाजू में 2 या 1 है, then it's a successful thing. Otherwise, it's a flop thing, right? What is happening here? We are way too lucky because here we have a 2. So 2 to 3 is possible. Here also we have a 2. So 2 to 3 is possible. That means with 3 we have more than 1. Now going to talk about it right away. Yes, ये जब time आएगा तब इसके तरफ देखेंगे, right? More than 1. What about this 2? Do we have any 1 next to it? Nah, we don't. So we can blindly say that there will be 0 terms that 2 is reachable to, right? What about 8? Again, we see reachable from 3, reachable from 5. We're going to stop there because this is greater than 1, right? Stop there, greater than 1. Yeah. Let's look at the third row now, shall we? What about third row? With 7, what is happening? With 7, what is happening? 7 can only be reached from 3. It cannot be reached from 9 because 9 is greater than 7. So we don't have to look above. Here 3, this is 1. The 1 to 3 is not possible. So we have just 3 to 7. Can we reach from here? 8 to 7? Again not possible. Right? 8 से 7 नहीं जा सकते because 8 is greater than 7. So if this is greater than 7, we don't even have to look ahead. आगे देखने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि ये अटकेगा. So with 7, we have exactly 1. Right? Unfortunately, with 7, we have exactly 1. We would have thought that 7 could have more because it has 6. It is greater than 6 other numbers. But it is not surrounded by other numbers. See, here it is 9, here it is 8. That's a bad thing. Only here it is possible because here it is a 3. However, we would have had more than 1 अगर ये term 3 से बड़ा होता. अगर ये 4, 5, 6 होता, then we could have reached from here to here. Otherwise, we are out of luck. Yes, so 7, only 1 reachability. What about this 8? Blindly, you know, you can look at it and say that it is greater than 1. 5 se reachable, 7 se reachable, not from 9 though, but 4 se reachable, and then you can go ahead also. So this is greater than 1 for sure. We're going to talk about that when the time comes. Okay? Let's look at 4. What about 4? 4 should be surrounded by what? 3, 2, 1. Yes. 4 के लिए एक 3 है यहाँ पे. Again, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 we cannot do, right? 2 to 3, 3 to 4 we cannot do क्योंकि 3 2 से कम होना चाहिए. It is not. 6 to 4 not possible, 5 to 4 not possible, 8 to 4 not possible. So here again we have the situation where we have exactly 1 reachability for 4. Yes, 4 is reachable only from 3, not from 5, not from 6, not from 8, not from anywhere else. Yes. What about 6 though? With 6 we have 4 and 5. Don't even have to think about it. Don't even have to talk about it. Greater than 1. Khatam karo. What about with 5? With 5, what do you have to keep in mind? You have 4, 3, 2 and 1. Right? 4, 3, 2 and 1. 8 not possible. 6 not possible. From 2 it is possible. But we do not have a number greater than 2. We have a number greater than 2 here. So this is 9, 2 and 5. Again not possible. क्योंकि ये number 5 से कम होना चाहिए, but it is not. This is A, X and B. A is not less than B. Not going to work out. 8 से 5 not possible. 6 से 5 not possible. So again 5 is one of those terms which is reachable only from one place, which is 2. ठीक है? So I know this seems lengthy. I know this seems tiring, but that's the main reason why I put it in moderate. ये easy में नहीं आएगा, moderate में आएगा because of its time consumption. ठीक है? Let's go for the fourth row now, shall we? 2 ही और रो है. अगर 3 कर लिया है, 2 और रो में रोना है तो जल्दी से करके खत्म करते हैं, so that we can get 3 questions के आंसर फटाफट. Yes. Let's look at 3. This 3 should be surrounded by 2 or 1. It has only 1 here, so we know this will go with what? Just the 1, right? Yeah, I've used green here, so I'm going to use green here as well. This is again reachable only by 1. Yes. 1 to 3 is possible. 9 to 3 is not. 7 to 3 is not. 7 ही नहीं है तो 9, 6 देखने की जरूरत भी नहीं है. What about this 9? We know blindly greater than 1. Not even going to discuss this anymore. Greater than 1. Leave it. Yes. What about this 5? 5 should be surrounded by 4, 3, 2 and 1. This 5 is surrounded by 4, but again you cannot go 3, 4 and 5, not possible. 6 and 5, not possible. It has a 1 and a 2, here it is possible. So this is greater than 1. Leave it. Leave it. Right? Last question mein hai. Last question you can think whether you want to get deeper into it or not. Otherwise skip it. Okay? 1 ka ho gaya. 2 ka ho gaya. We have this 9. We know it is greater than 1. No point discussing this further. Leave it, move on. What about this 3? Like I said, 3 should be surrounded by 1 and 2. It has just a 1 here. We cannot go from 6 to 3. It's not possible. So 3 has to be one of those platforms जहाँ पे सिर्फ 1 reachability है. We can reach only from one number, that is 1 to 3. We cannot go 6 to 3. So if we cannot go 6 to 3, we need not even talk about 2. आगे 2, 4 की बात करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Same way, it's not reachable from 6, not from 9. So just 1. What about the 6? You see that there's more than 1. 5 se possible hai, 3 se possible hai. Leave this greater than 1. Let's talk about this later. What about the 7? Again, 7 is reachable from 1 and from 6. Not going to talk about it greater than 1. Right? The ones that I marked greater than 1, we are not going to talk about it. Yeah. Otherwise, the rest is what we need for the first 3 questions. Yeah. So keeping this in mind, what would be the answer to this question? How many individuals can be reached out by just one individual? We have 2, we have one number here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So there are 7 terms that can be reached out. Make sense? Easy enough? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 numbers. Now it seems like sir आपने तो color use कर लिया, आपके लिए easy होगा. You will have to make do with the one colored pen that you have. एक ही color मिलेगा आपको, तो उससे आपको लिखना पड़ेगा. So you have to make sure that you make this grid legible. थोड़ा सा बड़ा बनाओ, right? आधा पेज, एक पेज ले ले, don't worry about it, because as legible you will write it, it will make your answer question solving process easier, right? We are done with this question. 7 is the answer. So I'm going to use this for the rest of it. Anything that I have not marked, so red is 0, green is 1. Anything that I have not marked is greater than 1. So we're going to deal with it later. Okay. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 was our answer for the first question. We are on the right track. Let's go to the second question now. Second question is talking about height at 1 meter. Yes, we were lucky enough to know that decide beforehand that 1 meter से 1 से छोटा कोई भी number नहीं है. That means 1 cannot be reached out by any number, any platform. This will act as a brownie. Yes, you don't have to solve the entire grid, all 25 platforms. You don't have to deal with it to answer this one, right? This has to be the easiest. They can be reached by all. They cannot. They can be reached by at least 4. Nope. They can be reached by at least 1. Answer is option D. They cannot be reached by anyone at all, because all the ones are at 0. All the ones are at 0. 0, 0, 0. Done. We had 3 ones and we've dealt with it. Easy question, brownie. Easy 3 marks. Yes, only thing is you need to understand what's going on here. Easy 3 marks. Perfect. Let's go to the third one. We can find two individuals who cannot be reached by anyone. Cannot be reached by anyone. We're looking at 0. Yes. Like I told you, 0 और 1 अगर आप sort कर लो तो 3 question आपके pocket में, right? Zeros and ones if you sort, you have 3 questions in your pocket. Lucky time. Chalo, let's deal with this now. How many cannot be reached by anyone? Here we have 2. We can find 2 individuals who cannot be reached. Here we have 2. Here we have only 1. Here we have only 1. Here we have, so there's only one case where we have the top row. Here you ought to know that what is a row and what is a column, right? We can find 2 individuals who cannot be reached by anyone in the last row, fourth column, middle column, right? So we do not have top row. That was unlucky for us. Top row hai nahi, right? If there was an option called top row, that would have been our answer. That means this question is playing hard to get, right? हो तो गया, but अब ये top row के बात ही नहीं कर रहे. In terms of row, they are only talking about the last row. We know last row में 2 नहीं है, zeros. Fourth row में 2 zeros नहीं है, right? So this question is just playing hard to get. थोड़ा सा और देखना पड़ेगा column wise. So now let's focus column wise. This column we have only 1. This column we have only 1. This column we have only 1. The only column where we have 2 zeros is here, right? This column. So what is this? First column, second column, third column, fourth column should be our answer. Yes. Do we have a fourth column? Oh yes, we do. So this is out. Middle column will be this. यहाँ पे 2 ones है, not 2 zeros, right? So like I said, either top row, अगर हुआ option में तो that's good enough. Otherwise you'll have to look at it column wise. So answer solving process, the question solving process should completely depend upon the answer choices and not what you think is right. I thought this has to be the right answer, but it's not there, right? So this normally happens, especially in a test like CAT. आपके दिमाग में जो आंसर है वो हमेशा choices में होना जरूरी नहीं है. Cool, perfecto. Let's move on to the last question. So like I said, 3 questions in our pocket immediately after we sorted with zeros and ones, right? Zeros and ones एक बार sort कर लिया, उसके बाद we have 3 questions in our pocket. I think that's good enough. If we have 3 into 3, 9 marks in our pocket, we don't have to worry about the fourth one if it requires an extra hard work. ठीक है? So I would not recommend you to deal with this if you have other sets, क्योंकि CAT 2017 में 8 sets थे. You cannot waste your time there, right? But चलो अब इस set के लिए हमें करना ही पड़ेगा. But let's see if we can make do with what we have already made. देखते हैं कुछ अगर eliminate कर सकते हैं. Each row has an individual who can be reached by 5 or more individuals. That's something that we have to, try and think. Because 5 or more, right? 5 or more individuals, which means we'll need the number to be at least 6, correct? The number should be at least 6. Yes, because 6 pe we can reach out from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in any order. Again, order will matter. It's not mandatory that 6 hai to pakka 5 hoga hi hoga. Then we have 7. We have 8 and we have 9. So what we have to see is each row, क्या हर row में we have a number greater than or equal to 6? यहाँ पर है, but since we've already solved it, we know इसमें नहीं है greater than 5, right? 5 can be reached by 5 or more, at least 5 नहीं है, but चलो, let's think that this is our first impression, ठीक है? So possible, we have a 9 here, possible we have 7, 6 and 9 here. So we are not going to touch this option at all क्योंकि थोड़ा सा risky है, right? We're going to keep it. Let's look at B. Each row has an individual who cannot be reached by anyone. I think this one we can definitely look at. This row has a 0, this row has a 0. Sadly enough, this row does not have a 0. अगर यहां पर एक 0 होता तो ये पूरा सेट ब्राउनी बन जाता, because then for this question also we didn't have to get into deeper. But luckily यहाँ पे कोई भी 0 नहीं है. बाकी सारे rows में every other row has at least 1 0 except for the third row. So we know this is definitely not true. They're asking which of the following is true. This is definitely not true. We can eliminate. Each row has at least 2 individuals who can be reached by an equal number of individuals. Let's see if we can make do with what we have. Here we have a 0, here we have a 0. So yes, these two have equal number of, at least 2 terms, 2 platforms have equal number of reachability, right? Here we cannot judge because we know only about this. We have not looked into the others. Here we have 2 ones at least. Here we have 2 1s at least. Here we are not sure. Here we are not sure. So had we had something in row 2 and row 4, we could have blindly went for it, but we do not. So C also we have to keep on hold, and for D, all individuals at the height of 9 meter can be reached by at least 5. I think we can do that quickly. Let's do that quickly, shall we? At least 5 hai kya 9 meters wale mein. So 9 meters is here, 9 meters is here. Let's see if we can reach this 9 meters from more than one possibility. More than 5 possibilities. So we can reach from here. This is one. Have we done this already? क्या हमने किया है ये? Let's see. Where do we have it? Sadly, no, we have not. ये 9 का हमने नहीं किया, right? We were lazy then, but it's not called being lazy. It's called being frugal. We are not wasting our energy for one question, right? We got 3 out of this. I think we should be happy and leave. But for the sake of understanding of this, we'll have to do this. So let's do it. All individuals at the height of 9 can be reached by at least 5. If we can eliminate this, then again we'll be left with 2. I think we should do for the entire thing, right? पूरा करना ही पड़ेगा. Or maybe no. चलो let's देखते हैं. इसको देखते हैं, ये वाला 9 को देखते हैं. It can be reached from 6. That is 1. It can be reached from 5. That is 2. Cannot be reached from 3 because 5 has to be lesser than it. Cannot be reached from 2 because 2 has to be lesser than it. But can be reached from 8. क्यों? 8 से आप 9 जा सकते हो क्योंकि 8 और 9 के बीच के जो भी टर्म्स है is less than 8. 2, 3, 5 less than 8. 8 is less than 9. We have 3 so far. Can we go from 7 to 9? Yes, we can. 4 here. We can't go 3 to 7 to 9 क्योंकि 7 3 से कम नहीं है. We can't go from 1 क्योंकि 1 से कुछ भी कम नहीं है. So although 9 is such a big number, it can only be reached from 1, 2, 3 and 4 places only. Yes. So we put in a little extra efforts for just one platform. We can eliminate one more answer choice. We know it cannot be D. And if you can look at one more number, अगर आप एक और नंबर की तरफ देख लो, एक और प्लेटफॉर्म का सॉल्व करोगे, तो you can also eliminate option A. क्योंकि ये क्या बोल रहा है कि हर रो में each row has an individual that can be reached by 5 or more. Our bet was 6, 7, 8, 9. We saw in this row we have a 9 and an 8. 9 is not possible. If we can look at just one more, this 8, we can do it. और if you can look at just this 1, 6, ये 6 की तरफ अगर आप देख लो तो भी हो जाएगा क्योंकि ये रो में we have 6, 7, 8, 9 में से सिर्फ 6 है यहाँ पे. Yes. So let's see. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to do this 8 or 6? 8 or 6, 8 or 6? You can do the 6 also. No harm there. No foul, no harm. हमने luckily कर भी लिया था पहले. अगर ये आप ये 8 करते हो तो भी cool है. अगर ये आप 6 करते हो तो भी cool है. This 6 can be reached out from 1. From here it is possible. From here it is possible. From here it is possible. But not from here. Not from here. So we have 3 platforms that can be reached to 6. 1 से 6 possible है directly. 2, 1, 6 possible. 3, 2, 1, 6 possible. 4, 2, 1, 7, not 3, 2, 1, 6, sorry. 4, 2, 1, 6 is possible. 3 से direct 2 नहीं आ सकता, skip नहीं कर सकते. 3, 4 is not possible because 4 is greater than 3, so that cannot happen. We have this place with only 3. हमें पता है this is 0, this is 1, this is 3, and we know for a fact that this cannot be reached out by more than 5 places, right? More than 5 option ही नहीं है. सिर्फ 2 से possible है, 6 से नहीं, 1 से नहीं, 3 से नहीं. And this 2 से possible है, this 3 से possible है. This cannot go beyond 5. We know this for a fact, right? From this we can also eliminate option A. So see how we, you know, this is an extra 3 points that you get if you can think carefully and not spend the entire time figuring out all the 25 platforms. Yes. The answer is option C. For a lot of people जो हमने live class किया था, तब live class में हमने क्या किया था? We sat and figured out all the 25 platforms, which took not just a lot of time, but it ate up a lot of our energy, which is very, very important, especially given the fact that इसमें 8 sets थे, we cannot spend so much time here, right? So I would say leave the question 4 as optional. या अगर आप थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगा सकते हैं, and if you could deal with any 2 platforms, either 9 and 6 or 9 and 8, you can get this sorted. Yeah. So with this, our answer is option C. Each row has at least 2 individuals who can be reached by an equal number of individuals. We did not check. Yeah, but out of 4 options, if 3 are incorrect, Out of 4, if 3 are incorrect, we are left with only 1. That has to be our answer. Yeah. बाकी हमने ये we did not check this this row and this row. We did not, right? We should see that कहीं पर भी 1 या 0 तो नहीं होगा. So we have to look at all the numbers and see if we can make out at least 2 terms that have equal number of reachability. But we're not going to get into that, right? ठीक है. So this is, some people call it being lazy. I call it being frugal. I call it being smart. I call it not wasting energy on things that don't matter. At the end of the day, nobody is going to look at your efforts in the test. कोई नहीं देखेगा कि वाव यार इसने पूरा 25 प्लेटफॉर्म्स, सारे 25 प्लेटफॉर्म्स का नंबर निकाला. He's got to be a hard working candidate. I'm sorry. That's just not how the world works, right? It's not just CAT, but in real life also, you keep putting in hard work where it doesn't get noticed or there's no outcome of that. People don't see it. Although for our satisfaction, we have to do it, but people don't see it. ठीक है? A little life lesson in between. चलो, पहला set खत्म हुआ. So I think the first set was very much doable, provided you can think on your feet. Number 2, you have to look at the questions to figure out क्या जरूरी है, क्या नहीं है. हमारा approach क्या होना चाहिए, क्या नहीं होना चाहिए. What should I find? What should I ignore? It's very important that you look at the questions and make that decision. Okay? Superb. I hope you guys are ready and amped up for the second set, set number 5, which is team project. It is blindly related on distribution. Along with this, there's a lot of things to do with team formation as well as a little bit math based also. When I say math based, it's actually numbers based. Okay, there's numbers involved, not pure math. Just like in the previous set we saw, है ना? Numbers involved है, math नहीं. चलो, let's have a look at this. I'll again move out of the frame, give you about a minute or two. Pause करिए, जल्दी से इसे पढ़िए. Right, if you've read this, चलिए साथ मिलके देखते हैं. Question seems lengthy. Yes, trust me, the solution process was also a little lengthy. थोड़ा time consuming है, थोड़ा confusing है, but if you can calmly think about this, this is a doable set, definitely. इसीलिए मैंने इसे moderate में डाला है, not in hard. ठीक है? So they're saying there are 20. I'm going to split this into paragraphs so that आपको भी पढ़ने में easy होगा और हमें भी समझने में easy होगा. We have the questions. We'll come back to the questions once we are done with reading this. Okay. So they're saying there are 21 employees working in a division. 21 total employees है, किसी division में काम कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? Out of whom 10 are special skilled employees. Okay. 10 are special skilled employees. They've given SE in the bracket, इसलिए मैंने SE लिखा है. ठीक है? And the remaining are regular skilled employees. So out of 21, if 10 are skilled, then remaining 11 are regular employees. Okay, regular skilled employees. During the next 5 months, the division has to complete 5 projects every month. 5 months है, हर महीने, every month we have to do 5 projects. So that's 25. 5 into 5, 25 projects. If you can't make that out, अगले statement में दिया है, out of the 25 projects. So if you can't figure that out, I think this will help you. So out of the 25 projects, what are they saying? 5 projects are called challenging. So 5 are called challenging. Okay. And what happens to the remaining? Well, the remaining ones are standard. So from 25, 5 is gone. Remaining 20 are standard. Okay. Perfect. Moving on. Each of the challenging project has to be completed in different months. Okay. That means 5 projects, 5 months. Every month, 1 project will be challenging. है ना? Every month, 5 teams. So now we've looked at employees, projects, and now we are getting into teams. Okay, so there are 5 teams. Work on 1 project each. T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 are allotted the challenging project in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth month respectively. Okay, that means T1 will be doing the special project. T1 will be doing the special project in month 1. T2 in month 2. I'm going to write M2. T3 will be special project, challenging project in, will be doing the challenging project. Okay, will be doing the challenging project in month 4, and team 5 will be doing the challenging project in month 5. Okay, challenging project, they'll be doing this. Now let's look at the next thing. They're saying, because they said respectively, okay, that's why we assigned it. अगर ये respectively word नहीं होता, then there is no way to find out which month which team will be doing the challenging project. Okay, The team assigned the challenging project has one more employee than the rest. Okay, so there are 21 employees. There are 5 teams. Okay, 21 employees, 5 teams. Team 1, team. Okay, let's say we don't know which month. So for first month or whatever, or you can directly think of it. We know that there are 5 projects. There are 5 challenging projects, and each month they'll be doing 5 projects, right? Each month they are doing 5 projects. So each month, what will we have? We will have 1 challenging project and 4 standard projects, correct? 1 challenging and 4 standard projects, depending upon who's doing it. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. Yeah, 1 challenging and 4 standard. They're saying the team assigned the challenging project has 1 more employee than the rest. This has 1 more employee. छोटा नंबर है, डायरेक्टली कर सकते हो, बट इफ यू वांट टू थिंक अबाउट दिस मैथमेटिकली, इफ स्टैंडर्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स में x एम्प्लॉइज है each, then this will have x plus 1 employee, right? And we know that this is equal to, the total here is 21 employees. So x plus x plus x plus x plus x is 5x plus 1. So 5x plus 1 is 21, 5x is 20, x is 4. बट क्योंकि ये छोटा नंबर है, आई थिंक यू कैन डू दैट ऑन योर ओन. ये इसमें इक्वेशन घुसाने की जरूरत नहीं है. We can do it on our own. How? We know that 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by is 4 each. 4 each. Yes. And challenging project वाला टीम को एक एम्प्लॉय एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा. So 4 के बदले 4 plus 1 5 मिलेगा. खत्म. Yes. So this is the split up of 21 employees each month. Yeah. मतलब क्या? फर्स्ट मंथ में this will be team 1. This will be 2, 3 and 4. Second month में this will be team 2, this will be team the remaining teams, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just showing this to you so that you understand the situation. Question में अलग ही सीन चल रहा है, ठीक है सर? Team 2 this will be the remaining. Team 3, Team 4, Team 5. The third month में this will be Team 3 and this will be the rest. Team 1, Team 2, Team 3, Team 4 and so on, ठीक है? And so on. Month 4, month 5, I think you can figure out. So what we need for us to, go ahead with the next part of the question is this. 21 employees, 10 SE, 10 RE, okay? Regular skilled. 10 SE, 10 RE. 25 projects hai, 5 challenging, 20 standard. Every month, challenging will have 5 employees. Standard will have 4 employees. ठीक है, इतना चाहिए from our first paragraph. Let's have a look at the next one. In the first month, so they've given us a split up of what is happening in the first month. पहले month में T1 has 1 more SE than T2. T2 has 1 more SE than T3. T3 has, this seems like it's going on and on, right? Table बनाओ. This is 1 month, month 1. Month 1 में हमें पता है challenging project कौन करेगा? T1. So I'm going to write this in red and everything else in black. ठीक है? आप लोग, you guys don't have that option again, तो आप लोग mark कर सकते हो, circle it or whatever. We have T2, T3, T4 and T5. Okay. First month है, इसलिए team 1 will be doing the challenging task. What do we know for a fact? We know for a fact that इसमें total employees should be 5. इन सब में 4 होना चाहिए, है ना? Total employees. Now what are they saying? They're saying that T1 has 1 more SE than T2. So here, इससे 1 more. Yes, 1 more than here, 1 more than here. Again, if you keep reading, T2 has 1 more than T3, T3 has 1 more SE than T4, and T4 has 1 more SE than T5. Yes, so, and we know that this total, सारे SE का total कितना है? How many SEs we have? 10 SEs we have, ठीक है? We have 10 SEs. This is 11 RE. 10 SEs and 11 RE, 10 SE we should have. So this total should be 10. ये total कितना होना चाहिए? 10 होना चाहिए. Again, if you want, you can put this as an equation and do it. X plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, x plus 4 and then do it. But छोटा number है, I think you can figure out. Yes, you know that these are going to be consecutive numbers. Yes, and 5 consecutive numbers का sum 10 चाहिए. If I start with 1, 1 से 5 अगर मैं जाता हूँ, तो the sum will become 15. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15. So if you can think clearly here, we know that the number is going to be what? This has to be 0. क्योंकि 1 to 4, 1 से लेके 4 तक the sum is 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10, right? तो ये 0 रहेगा ही रहेगा. This will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, and this will add up to 10, right? 7, 9, 10, 10 plus 0 is also 10. Cool. यहाँ पे अगर आप चाहो you can put up variables and think about this. Same way यहाँ पर भी हमने किया था, वेरिएबल डालना है डाल सकते हो, बट नहीं तो चलेगा. Yeah. With this we figured out one bit of it. Okay, perfect. Now the rest it is not given, but we need to figure that out, that how many REs will we have? How many REs will we have? Since this is the team that's going to be the challenging, doing the challenging project, this will have 5 employees. So 4 plus what? 4 plus 1 is 5. This has to be 4, 3 plus 1 is 4. This has to be 4, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 0 plus 4. Again, just to cross check if we are going in the right direction, let's see if we have 11 REs or not. Do we have 11 REs? 1, 2, 4, 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. Makes sense. Perfect. Total 21 RA. We are on the right track. So we figured out from this one statement what will be the entire split up of the 21 employees and the 5 teams in month 1. Yeah. Let's read ahead. Okay. I made one mistake here, forgot to change this, but chalega. We don't have to keep looking at this anymore once we figured out what is what. Hai na? Chalo. Now for the next bit is talking about how the composition of teams keep changing, right? Month on month, because challenging project will go to the other person. So first month में इसका अगर 5 है तो second month में इसका 5 होगा, third month में इसका 5, fourth month में इसका 5 and fifth month में इसका 5. So we have to see how that one extra employee is coming in every month. यहाँ पे एक एम्प्लॉय एक्स्ट्रा आएगा कैसे, थर्ड मंथ में यहाँ पे एक एक्स्ट्रा आएगा, फोर्थ मंथ में यहाँ पे एक एक्स्ट्रा आएगा. हाउ दैट हैपेंस, देयर इज अ प्रोसेस बिहाइंड इट. ओके, between 2 successive months the composition of the team changes as follows. Okay, so we have month 1 here. Let's also put up another table for month 2 so that we can do this simultaneously. ठीक है, तो month 2 में T2 will be doing the challenging project. Okay, as follows. So point A says the team allotted the challenging project gets 2 SE from the team which was allotted the challenging project in the previous month. So what is happening here? यहां से यहां मंथ 1 में इसको चैलेंजिंग प्रोजेक्ट मिला था, मंथ 2 में इसको. सो फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर, यहां से यहां, आई जस्ट पुट इट फॉर नाउ एंड देन इरेज दिस एरो. ठीक है, यहां से यहां क्या हो रहा है, वी आर गिविंग देम 2 REs. करेक्ट, विल बी अलॉटेड, गेट्स 2 SE फ्रॉम द टीम विच वॉज अर्लियर अलॉटेड. सो यहां पे 4 है, 4 से 2 यहां पे आ जाएंगे. सो 3 plus 2 will become 5. 4 minus 2 will become 2. I hope you're getting this, right? The same SEs, same 7 SEs, 2 यहाँ पे चले गए, so 3 became 5, and यहाँ पे जो 4 था वो 2 हो गया. So we sent 2 here, making this 2 and making this 5. I hope you're getting this, right? ये हमें month 3, month 4, month 5 सब में करना है, but there's still a stitch. It's not just this, आगे भी है. In exchange, 1 RE is shifted from former to latter. तो 1 RE यहां से यहां एक RE चला जाएगा, here to here, right? So this 1 will become 0, this 1 will become 1 plus 1, 2. Yeah, has the piece been made? This is doing standard project, 4 employees. This is doing challenging project, 5 employees. We are good, right? So I'm going to erase these arrows so that we don't get confused between the terms here. ठीक है, done. But does it stop here? Nah, it doesn't. There's still. So point A we understood. Point A we understood. Let's look at point B now. After the above exchange, if conditional है, if T1 has any SE, does T1 have any SE? Yes, T1 के पास 2 SE है. Yeah. If T1 has any SE and T5 has any RE, will T5 have any RE? Yep. They've got 4. We haven't touched them yet. They've got 4. ये 4 यहाँ पे आएगा या क्या होगा देखेंगे. So there is an SE here. They have SEs here. They have REs here. Then what happens? So condition is satisfied. Then 1 SE is shifted from T1 to T5. 1 SE is shifted from T1 to T5. So this was 2. This will become 1. This was 0. This will become 1. Are you getting this? 1 SE is shifted from T1 to T5. Works. Yes. and in exchange, and one RE is shifted from T5 to T1. So this was 2, this will become 3. This was 4, this will become 3. I hope you're getting this, right? Either which ways, we still have 1 plus 3, 4 employees, 1 plus 3, 4 employees. Fools? Yeah. So with this is going to be our new month 2, okay? The ones in blue, yeah? Jo bhi blue mein hai, that will be our new. Further, this was just the second condition, right? Just the second condition. But also we've read only one part of the second condition. Also, if T2 has any SE, lao bhai, T2 पे भी अब लगा है. T2 has any SE? Yes, it has SE. And T4 has any RE? T4 का भी हमने टच नहीं किया है. T4 के पास 3 REs हैं. Yes, then again what do you have to do? Then one SE is shifted from T2 to T4. T2 से T4 एक SE को हम शिफ्ट करेंगे, मतलब 5 में से एक गया, 4 बचेगा. T4 में ऑलरेडी 1 था, so 1 plus 1 will become 2. Okay, and then one SE is shifted from T2 to T4, and one RE is shifted from T4 to T2. One RE is shifted from T4 to T2. So T4 में 3 REs थे, we will have only 1 left, क्योंकि 1 हम इधर से इधर भेज रहे हैं. So this will become 1 again. Yes. So look at the total, it is still adding up. 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, 2 plus 2 is 4, 1 plus 3 is 4. So far so good. So second clue भी पूरा पढ़ लिया. Do we have anything about T3? T3 का कुछ करना है क्या? नहीं, T3 अपने में मस्त है. T3 बोल रहा है हमें जो दो चलेगा, हमें कुछ अदला बदली नहीं करना है. Whatever we are getting, we are happy with it, right? Be more like T3. So it was 2 and 2, it will still be 2 and 2, no changes with T3. Cool, done. So I'm going to should we rewrite this? Yeah, चलेगा. इसी को रख के अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's keep this so that you can figure out how, you know, changes were made. So this was 1 to 2. We are already done from team month 1 to month 2. Okay, let's go from 2 to 3 now. Like I told you, time consuming. If you can think quickly now, fast अगर आप कर लोगे, complete तो करना ही पड़ेगा, because without all the 5 tables, you cannot answer the questions, right? So let's do from 2 to 3 now. Month 2 say month 3. Same process will repeat. Yes, first what do we have to do? We have to send 2 REs, 2 SEs from here to here. Yes, यहाँ पे 4 है, 4 से 2 गए, 2 बचेंगे. यहाँ पे 2 है, 2 पे 2 आए, 4 हो जाएंगे, right? They were, so we are sending 2, right? Yeah, 2 SEs. Please keep that in mind. ठीक है, so 2 SE हमने यहाँ से हटाए, 4 से 2 गए, 2 बच गया. We added 2 more here, 2 plus 2 is 4. Yeah, and what about the REs? REs will shift from here to here. So this was 2, this will become 1. This was 1, 1 will be added, will become 2. Again, look at the sum. 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. Perfect, makes sense, because month 3 mein T3 will be doing the challenging project. Okay. Now before we go ahead and put up team 1, team 4, team 5 guy, we know there has to be some adla badli done, right? Is happening between the teams. So team 1 and T5 में बदले बदली होगा. क्या होगा? Does team 1 have an SE? Yes, it has 1 SE. Does team 5 have an RE? Yes, it has 3 REs. So what will happen? This 1 will become 0. यहाँ से हम एक 1 को उठाएंगे, कहाँ पर देंगे? यहाँ पर देंगे, here. So this will become 1 plus 1, 2. यहाँ से हम एक RE उठाएंगे. So from 3 we give out 1, we'll be left with 2. Here we have 3, this will become 4. Yes. Something again happens with T2 and T4. So this is not settled. 2 and 2, this is not settled. We also have to deal with T2 and T4. Do we have SE in T2? Yes, we have. Do we have RE in T4? Yes, we have. So what will happen? From here we will remove off 1. यहाँ से हम एक को निकालेंगे. We'll give off here. So this 2 will become 3 now. Sorry, the other way around. This 2 will become 3 here. This 2 will become 3 here. Same way what happens? यहाँ से हम एक RE उठा के T2 को देंगे. So 2, this 1, this 2 will now become, this will become 1, this will become 2 plus 1, 3. Yes, so this is our final output. 0, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2. ऐसे करके again month 3 to 4, 4 to 5. 2 बार और करना है. If you can have a little patience, I think all the 4 questions here are actually doable. Yeah. This is 3 to 4. keep doing the same thing. Keep in mind what you are doing. Okay. So first deal with the challenging project. Team 3 was earlier. Team 4 is now. What happens first? From team 4 we'll be giving out 2 REs, 2 SEs. So from 4 if 2 goes off, this will be 2. 2 will be added here. This will be 5. यहाँ से एक RE को उठा के यहाँ पर देंगे. So this will be 0. This will be 2. Balance 2, 2, 4, 5, 0. Right? Then with T1, T5 we have to deal with. T2, T4 we have to deal with. T1, T5 luckily we don't have to do anymore. Why? If T1 has any SE, unfortunately T1 does not have any SE, so T1 और T5 के बीच में बल्ले बल्ले no need to do the exchange. So I was very happy when I first did this set कि वाह यार T1 और T5 का और कोई headache नहीं है. So T1 and T5 will remain the same the way they were, 0, 4 and 2, 2, right? But with T2 and T4 again, right? Same thing. Does T2 have an SE? Yes, it does. Does T4 have an RE? Yup, it does. Yes, but unfortunately here it does not. Yeah, so I think here also we don't have to do it. 4, 4, 5. This will be 1 and 3. Because T4 now does not have an RE at all, right? T4 का RE नहीं है, इसका SE नहीं है, इसका RE नहीं है. So I think here we are good enough to go. Yeah. Month 5 में देखते हैं. So month 4 is a beauty because the only change we had to do was from T3 to T4. T1 to T5 did not have to do because 0 SE here. T2 to T4 we did not have to do because 0 RE is here. Peace. Done. Perfect. For the last month now. Team 4 to Team 5 is all we have to think about. Let's do this. First, let's figure out T4 से T5 वाला change. So from here, we'll be sending 2 guys here. So this will become 3. This will become 4. 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 plus 2 is 4. Right? From here, we'll be sending out 1 person. So this will be 1. This will also be 1. Yep. Now with T1 and T5, do we have to do the exchange? Not anymore, because once this is 0, we know nothing else is going to come into T1 now. So this has to be 0 and 4. No exchange between T1 and T5. However, and T3 is a cutie pie. No changes in T3 also. T2 में change रहेगा. Why? Because in T2 we have one SE. In T4 now we have an RE also. Yes. T2 में एक SE है. T1 में T4 में एक RE है. So we have to do that swapping thing. So 1 will become 0. This 3 will become now 4. है ना? अब ये 3 जो है वो 4 हो जाएगा. Same way, this 1 has to go up here. So this will become 0. And 1 will go here. So 3 will become now 4. Is the piece restored? 0 plus 4, 4. 0 plus 4, 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. This is our final table. Yes. Looks very messy. You miss one step. कोई एक step अगर आप miss कर दो तो proper बर्बादी है ये. Right? You'll probably end up crumbling the paper, throwing and running out of the exam hall. Yeah. Because I kind of did it. Now beyond this, we have something about project credits. So each standard project has a total of 100 credit points. So each standard project will have 100 credit points. And challenging project will have 200 credit points. Perfect. Challenging will have 200 credit points. All right. The credit points are equally shared between the employees. Credit point team को मिलेगा and then number of employees में share हो जाएगा. चलो, perfect. So this is our final table. Let's see if it matches with the one that I had already created. 04, 04, 22, 40, 41. Yep. 04, 13, 22, 50, 22. Yes, yes, yes. The month 3 का 04, 13, 41, 31 and 22. Yes. Month 2 का 13, 41, 22, 41, 22, 22 and 13, 22 and 13. Yes. Month 1 का तो सही है. 4131, 2213 and 04. 4131, 2213 and 04. Perfect. Yes. Now we can proudly say that we have a bay. This is all we're going to use to answer the questions. Ready? शुरू करें अभी. Now it's going to be like this. Now it's going to be like this. फटाफट bay को देखो. Look at the question. Answer. Get over with it. the number of times in which composition of team 2 and the number of times in which the composition of team 4 remained unchanged. T2 and T4 were not changed. That is, number of SEs and number of REs should not be touched. Okay, so let's see. First, let's look at T2. T2 was 3-1, then it became 4-1. There was a change. 4-1 became 1-3. There was a change. 1-3 stayed 1-3. 1-3 stayed 1-3. So this was one time when there was no change. 1-3 to 0-4 again change. So there is one time when T2 had no changes. T2 had no changes only once. Okay. We also have to look at T4 now. Let's look at T4. Where's T4? Here it is. 1-3 changed to 2-2. 2-2 changed to 3-1. 3-1 changed to 5-0. 5-0 changed to 4-0. 0 times. Yes. T4 kept changing. The number of employees, the total number of employees may not have changed, but the composition SE and RE changed. है ना? 1 and 0. This has to be our answer, which is option B. Got it? Perfect. Moving on to the next question. Number of SE in T1. Number of SE in T1 in which month? In the third month. Third month. Number of SE in T1, which is 0. And T5. T5 mein kitne the? 2. So 0 and 2. Where do we have 0 and 2? Option A. Beautiful. Done. Sorted. Moving on. Question number 3. Let's see if we made any mistake. T1 and T5, right? Yep. Okay. Question number 3. Which of the following cannot be the total credit points earned by any employee? We're talking about credit points. So we're going to use this instruction. What do we know? Yeah. We know that standard team, standard project will have 100 credit points. Challenging project will have 200 credit points. But they're talking about a specific employee. Any employee, right? We know that standard team mein there will always be 4 employees. So if 4 employees had 100 credit points, then each employee, one employee, will have what? 100 by 4, 25 credit points, right? How about here? Challenging mein we have 5 employees. We have to be very careful about this. 5 employees will have 200 credit points. That means each employee will have 200 by 5, 40 credit points. Yep. Now they are saying for any employee. Now the problem here is, the major problem here is, there should have been a cannot be determined here. Kyunki do we really know which employee stayed, which employee moved? 4 SE for in the month 1, let's say in month 1, we have 4 SEs here. From 4, it became 1, correct? From 4, it became 1. Do we know which employee left? Out of the 4, which one left? We don't know. Which 3 left? Which one stayed? We don't know which employee, which specific employee. Same way, this 1 became 0. Which one person left? We don't know. This 3 became 4. Which one extra person came? Too much confusion, right? Too much confusion. So, if you read the question carefully, they've used the word cannot and not is not. Cannot. That means they're looking at only a possibility that cannot happen. Right? Can, cannot. Is not. If they had used the word is not, then we wanted the specific value. We have to sit and bang our head and see if we can do some trial and error and get it. But here we don't have to. Yes, cannot means what? A possibility. So, the best way to do it would be. So, if a particular, particular employee works with a standard team, right? Then he would get 25 credit points. Yes. We know that a particular employee works in probably 5 teams. A particular employee probably works in 5 projects. Forget about teams. Let's not talk about team. Let's talk about projects. 5 projects, right? Each employee works for 5 projects. Yes. Once it will work for at least 1 challenging, but that's something that's not necessary. Why? I can say this one employee here who was at 3 was the guy who was in SE, right? But then he moved out or something, right? It's not necessary that he has to work for a challenging one for sure. So what we'll do is, let's say that person works for X number of times. Yeah, okay, let's use the right variable. Let's not confuse with another more variables, right? Let's say they work for S number of standard projects. Each employee will work for S number of standard projects, and each employee will work for C number of challenging projects. Make sense? S number of standard projects and C number of challenging projects, right? We know for a fact that S plus C will have to be 5, because totally an employee can only work in 5 projects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 projects. So S plus C is 5, or in other words, we can say S is equal to 5 minus C. Okay, let's keep this. S is equal to 5 minus C. Ise rakhte hain. What will happen? This is a number of projects. Let's go for the points. For each standard project, he will get 25 points. So for S standard projects, he will get 25 S credit points, correct? 25 S credit points for S projects, S standard projects. Yes. Same way for C challenging projects, this person is going to get what? 40 into C credits, correct? We know that S is 5 minus C. Let's do that here. S is 5 minus C. So this will become what? 25 into 5 minus C, which is 25 into 5 is 125 minus 25C minus 25C, and this is 40C. So what they are asking us to do right now, you see, I told you there was math involved. This is the math involved, right? So we know that this 125 minus 25 plus 40. Yes, 125 minus 25 C plus 40C. This should be the total credit points an employee will get, correct? Total credit points an employee will get. Yes, I'll rewrite this equation so that it's clear for you to see. तो ये क्या है? 125 minus 25C plus 40C should be the total credits. If we rewrite this, we get what? 125 plus 15C. 25 minus 40 is 15C, है ना? So plus 15C should be total credits. Total credits. Now out of the options, now we have to do trial and error. Out of the options, which is not possible? C is number of projects. C is number of projects. It has to be what? It has to be an integer. C has to be an integer. So if we were to write this, let's call this T. Okay, इसे T बुलाते हैं total credits को. Let's call this T. So if we were to rewrite this, how will it look like? 15C should be equal to T minus 125. So one thing is for sure, that T has to be greater than or equal to 125. If you have any option that is less than 125, you can erase it off, remove off, okay? Or C must be what? T minus 125 divided by 15. T minus 125 divided by 15. So that means once you subtract T with 125, that number should be divisible by 15, because C has to be an integer. C has to be an integer, non-negative integer. Let's write it as whole number. C has to be a whole number, correct? C has to be a whole number for sure. Yes. This is our condition. Use this condition to figure out. So this question otherwise will become impossible to answer, or if you keep doing trial and error 0, 5, 1, 4, 2, 2, 0, 5, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2. It's going to take ages, right? And it will become way too complex. So use this to answer. So if T is 140, will it work? If T is 140, let's try quickly. Option A. If T is equal to 140, so 140 minus 125 is 15. 15 by 15, possible. Possible. That means this cannot be our answer because it is possible. Let's look at 150. If 140 works, see, think about this carefully. If 140 works, the difference should be in terms of 15 के multiples, right? 140 अगर काम किया, तो then 155 would work. If 155 worked, then 170 would work. 15, 15, keep adding 15, 15. If 170 works, 185 would work. 185 works, 200 would work. Correct? If 200 works, 225 will work, and so on. Yeah. So if you look at the options, the only one thing, 170 will definitely work. 170 minus 125 is how much? 45. 45 by 15 is 3, integer, could work. 200 minus 125 is how much? 75. 75 by 15 is what? 5. Integer. Could work. But the one thing that could never work is this. 150. 150 minus 125 is how much? 25. 25 by 15, non-integer value. Khatam. Game khatam. But yes, it's not as easy as the first two were. It's not like you look at the table and quickly answer, right? It has something not to do with the table altogether. Table ka iska koi relation nahi, right? So yes, this is how you would do it. I've done it in terms of C. You can also do it in terms of S. You can write C is equal to 5 minus S. You can write C is equal to 5 minus S and then substitute it here. You will get it in terms of S. S will be equal to 200 minus T by 15 or something like that. I'm not sure. Something of that sort will happen and then you can work through it. Okay? This has to be the best one because if you do it trial and error, too many cases. How many cases? 0, 5, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 1, 0, 5, 5, 0. 6 cases you will have to try and then do it. Okay? Chalo. Let's move on to the last question now. I think we have taken way too long for this set, but chalo karte. One of the employees named Anik scored 185 points. Baapre. Which of the following cannot be true? Him scoring 185 points. We have to see if this person has worked for how many challenging and how many standard, right? Yeah. So what do? Same, whatever we used here, we can use. The C is equal to T minus 125 by 15. Let's do that. C is equal to T minus 125 by 15. So luckily, if we can think thoroughly from one discovery, you can answer two questions. One stone, two mangoes. Yeah, so here total they are saying is what? 185. So C will be 185 minus 185 minus 125 by 15. 185 minus 125 is 60. 60 by 15 is 4. So C is equal to 4. So if he did 4 challenging projects, then he will do how many standard projects? 1 standard project, correct? This is the idea. So this person, Anik, has worked in 4 challenging projects. Which means he could have worked in T1 in month 1 or T2 in month 2, T3 in month 4, T4 in month 5 or some of the other order. Koi na koi order hai iska, right? But he's worked 4 times in challenging and once in regular. Okay? So he is one of those guys who gets sent over. And since he's working for majority challenging projects, he's got to be one of the SEs. So Anik is one of the skilled employees. Okay, super skilled or whatever that word was. Skilled, special skilled employees. Now, but what is the question asking? The question has nothing to do with how many skilled projects or how many challenging or how many standard. Question is talking about which of the following cannot be true. Anik worked only in these teams. So Anik has worked only in T1, T2, T3, T4. Anik has worked only in T1, T2, T4, T5. Anik has worked only in T2, T3, T4, T5. Anik has worked only in T1, T3, T4, T5. We have to see which of these is not possible. Again, the word is cannot. Yes, which is what? Possibly not possible. Okay? So let's see. Now, all we have to think about is what? The swapping, right? This entire question deals with swapping. Since we are swapping employees from one team to another, this is what we have to worry about. Is it possible from T1? So it's not necessary that he has worked in this order only. First T1 and then T2 and T3 and T4. Not necessary. Could be any order. So if he is one of those skilled employees who gets first month he was in T1, then he got sent to T2, correct? First he was in T1, then he got sent to T2. Yes. Then from T2 he got sent to T3. Then from T3 he got sent to T4. That's possible. Yes, he could have worked in these 4 teams. It is possible. Yeah, highly possible. Let's look at the second one. T1, T2, T4 and then T5. So T1, T2 से T3 नहीं है. T2 से T3 नहीं है. That means it's not that first condition swapping जरूरी नहीं है. So what is happening? T1 से T2, he could have gone from T1 to T2 in the first swap. First month में जो swap हुआ था for challenging. Yes. T1 to T2 यहाँ पे गया होगा वो. Then from T2 to T4, not from the challenging वाला, but from the second option. if there are T2 and T4, if there are any SEs and REs and that swap, right? So it is possible he could get swapped from T2 to T4 and from T4 to T5 again through where? T4 to T5 again through where? Through the challenging project concept, right? Swapping. So again, this is something that's possible. Now, a lot of you might think you are not able to understand this, but I want you to pause, think about what I said, go back, rewatch this. It will take some time to understand. Okay? Let's look at T3. He's worked in T2, T3, T4 and T5. So again, he could have been one of these employees. Out of these 4 employees, he could have been one of those. जो यहाँ से यहाँ गया, यहाँ से यहाँ गया, यहाँ से यहाँ गया. It is possible. Yes. In fact, in the same order, it is possible. Correct. Let's look at D. From T1 to T3 directly is not possible, right? T1 to T3 is not possible. T3 to T4. So this is possible. T3 to T4, T4 to T5 is possible through your statement A. A में जो statement था उससे हो सकता है. We can have him go from T1 to T5 directly from statement B wala swapping. But then if he goes directly from T1 to T5, then he couldn't have worked in T3 and T4. क्योंकि T5 से हम T4 में कुछ नहीं भेज रहे, T5 से हम T3 में कुछ भी नहीं भेज रहे. It's the other way around. So if the swap went from T1 to T5 from the second statement, yes, B, statement B से जो swapping हुआ था उसके through अगर गया, so then there's no chance he could have worked in T3 and T4. If the swapping was T3, T4, T4, T5 from the statement A, then there's no way he could have worked in T1. Yes, so this is something that is never possible. These are a maybe. This could be possible depending upon the situation, but our answer is option D because this is never possible. He cannot work in T1, T3, T4 and T5 in any order. Not possible because from T1 to T5 there is a swap, but from T5 there's no further swap. T3 to T4, T4 to T5 there is a swap, but then there is no way he could have worked in T1 first. And they are saying only. That means he did not work in T2. Without working in T2, he cannot work in T3, T4, T5. Yes. So with this, what do we have? We have all the 4 questions answered. Yes. I understand the first set seemed easier than the second one. Second one, maybe, I think the first 3 questions were quickly doable. The third one was a little bit of troublesome. The fourth one was super trouble. But overall, I would say these 2 sets are moderate sets in which you need not answer all the questions. So set 1 mein se, from set 1, we could answer 3 out of 4 without breaking a sweat. In set 4, right? Yeah, set 4. And in set 5, we can answer 2 out of 4 without breaking a sweat. Direct, looking at the table and answering, right? These are blindly easy, but the remaining question, 1 other question from here and 2 other question from there, required us to think a little more. Yes, so hence I put this in moderate set because the questions, the set is pretty much doable. Eats up a lot of time, definitely time consuming. Both of these sets, time consuming. Both of these sets could lead to confusion, could lead to, like I said, paper उठाओ, crumble करो, फेंको और भागो उधर से, right? This could be your reaction when doing these 2 sets, but otherwise these are doable sets. Yes, I will be bringing hard level sets in the next video. So all the very best, guys. Cheers. Keep learning.